The morning after leaving the hospital, Lucas walked through the town with tears in his eyes. He knocked on every door where he thought someone might have work for him. "Can I wash your car?" "No." "Can I clean your yard?" "We don't need help." "Can I carry your groceries?" "You're too young." Hour after hour, he searched for a way to earn enough money. Every evening, he returned to the hospital with only a few small coins in his pocket. Anna smiled every time she saw him. "You should be home resting." Lucas forced a smile. "I will. After you get better." She gently held his hand. "I don't want you to lose your childhood because of me." Lucas looked into her tired eyes. "I already decided. You've spent your whole life taking care of me. Now it's my turn." Days passed. The little metal box under his bed slowly filled with coins. But it wasn't enough. Not even close. One cold afternoon, Lucas sat alone on the sidewalk outside the hospital. For the first time in his life, he felt completely hopeless. He looked at the people walking by. Some wore expensive suits. Others carried shopping bags filled with things they probably didn't need. Lucas took a deep breath. His hands trembled. Slowly, he picked up a piece of cardboard and wrote 3 simple words. "Please help us." Beneath them, he added, "My mother is sick." He sat quietly. People passed by. Some didn't even look at him. Others shook their heads. A few whispered, "He's probably lying." One man crumpled the cardboard and threw it back at him. Lucas picked it up without saying a word. His eyes filled with tears, but he refused to cry. As the sun began to set, an elderly man slowly approached him. His clothes were old. His shoes were worn out. He didn't look rich. In fact, he looked as though life had been just as hard on him. The old man sat beside Lucas. "What happened, son?" Lucas tried to be strong, but the words came out between tears. "My mom needs treatment. I've tried everything. I don't know what else to do." The old man quietly reached into his pocket. After searching for a few moments, he pulled out a small folded envelope. Inside were a few bills. Lucas looked at him. "You don't have to." The old man smiled gently. "I know, but I want to." Lucas noticed his hands shaking. "Is this all your money?" The old man laughed softly. "Money comes and goes. But if we stop helping each other, we lose something much more important." Lucas couldn't hold back his tears anymore. The old man placed the envelope in his hand and gently closed Lucas's fingers around it. Then he looked him in the eyes and said, "Never lose hope, son." Those 4 words stayed with Lucas forever, with the help of that money. And after the hospital agreed to let Anna begin treatment while the remaining costs were arranged, hope returned. The treatment was long. There were difficult days when Lucas thought he might lose her. But Anna never stopped fighting. Neither did Lucas. Months later, the doctor walked into the room with a smile. "The treatment worked. Your mother is going home." Lucas ran across the room and hugged her as tightly as he could. For the first time in months, they both cried with relief. Life slowly became normal again. Lucas continued studying harder than ever. He never forgot the promise he had made to himself while sitting beside his mother's hospital bed. One day, he would become the kind of person who could save others. Years passed. The little boy who once begged for help became a respected doctor. Patients trusted him, not only because he was skilled, but because he treated every person with kindness. One rainy evening, an ambulance arrived at the hospital. An elderly man had collapsed. He had no family, no insurance, no money. Lucas walked into the examination room. The moment he saw the man's face, his heart stopped. It was him, the old man, older now, weaker, but unmistakably the same person who had once given away the last money he had. The old man didn't recognize Lucas. He smiled politely. "I'm sorry, doctor. I can't afford much," Lucas smiled back. "Don't worry about that. You've already paid more than enough." The old man looked confused. After a successful surgery and several weeks of recovery, he was finally ready to leave the hospital. At the reception desk, he nervously asked, "How much do I owe?" The nurse smiled. "Nothing. Your bill has already been paid." She handed him a small envelope. Inside was a handwritten note. "Years ago, you gave a frightened little boy the only money you had because his mother was dying. You told him, 'Never lose hope.' Those words changed his life forever. Today, that little boy had the honor of taking care of you. Thank you for saving my mother and for teaching me that kindness is the greatest gift we can leave behind." The old man's hands trembled. Tears slowly rolled down his face. He looked around the hospital, hoping to find the doctor. But Lucas had already returned to his patients. Not because he wanted recognition, Shija, but because true kindness doesn't ask to be remembered. It simply hopes to inspire someone else to do the same. One small act of kindness can change a life. Sometimes it changes two.